Hello, Cedar Park. I'm Ella Neal, and welcome to our new opinion segment, The Pack Chat. In this segment, I'm joined every Wednesday by co-host Victor Martinez and Addie Bates, along with a guest co-host to discuss the week's most trending topics. We will also be asking for your thoughts on social media for us to share on the show. With that said, let's get started with our first trending topic of the morning. First up, Pete Buttigieg's victory claim following the Iowa caucuses had led to confusion. Despite no official results from the state Democratic Party, the former mayor claimed victory in the Iowa caucuses Monday night. The presidential candidate said, quote, "We are looking at internal numbers that we had at the beginning to realize that something extraordinary had happened last night." So, was this a fair claim or just kind of one of the most millennial things you've ever heard?
Okay, well, in my opinion, victorious can mean many things. I mean, victorious can be like you did better than you thought you would do, or that means you were leading. But if you look at the caucus results, like what we have so far, he has 10 delegates and Bernie Sanders has 10 delegates.
Yeah.
So, I mean, technically he is like leading. I mean, he did not think he was going to do this well. I mean, a lot of people didn't. But I mean,
Exactly.
the fact that he's like leading right now, I mean, that's kind of impressive.
Yeah, and even though he spoke like prematurely to that, like he, you know, like victorious, like you said, can mean like other things. Like it might just mean that like he like had like he's putting himself out there and he's like really proud of that, or he's like proud of his campaign and the way it's doing, and he was like proud of the way he performed. Like
Exactly. And I mean, we saw like other issues. I feel like that night, like there's some app troubles. Like there were just like troubles all over the board. So like I really don't think that like what he said was like completely unfair. Like he had hope and like faith in himself, and I think that that's honestly a good thing, especially when you're up against like all these other candidates that like people expected to do good, you know? So I think that he deserves to like be proud and like say that he did feel victorious.
Yeah, I'm not very informed when it comes to politics, but it seems like he's seems pretty confident in winning this, so seems like it's going his way.
It's good.
And next, this year's Super Bowl halftime show by J.Lo and Shakira drew some raving reviews and also some criticism. The two stars delivered a set complete with pole dancing, a children's choir, and a memeable tongue moment. Online, the performance sparked debate. Was it empowering to watch two women over 40 perform in a provocative way, or have we reverted back to a pre-Me Too movement of objectifying women?
So here's the deal. Like if you watch the Maroon 5 halftime show, I mean, Adam Levine is out there with his shirt off.
Yes.
And these women have more clothes on, so like what's the difference? I mean, he was just as provocative, but I mean, you can't pick and choose when you want to like get upset about something.
I think that like what a lot of people are upset about is like a lot of like the like hippie like kind of dancing and everything that they're doing, and it's like saying that it's provocative, but that's also like extremely like cultural. Like having like grown up like with a Latin background myself, like I've been watching, especially specifically those two women perform like that since I was like really little. So I'm very used to it, and I can understand why other people aren't. But like I still think that that's not necessarily them performing for like other like men to watch them do that. It's just they're performing for themselves.
And honestly, I mean, it's a Super Bowl halftime show. Like that is a huge show. Like what, you just want them to stand up there and sing with a microphone? Like no offense, but I'm just like, that would be so boring. Like they're there to impress. They're there to put on a huge show, and I think they did exactly that. I think they did a great job, especially like it was in Miami. Like it was a huge thing, and I think they did amazing.
It was amazing.
Great. What do you think, Griffin?
I think the show went pretty well, yeah. But I do see the points of other people, because I did see some of the camera angles may have been a little too close to some points. But I think overall people should be able to do what they want to do.
Exactly. Yeah, that's a great point.
Right.
Finally, Grammy Award winner Billie Eilish is facing pushback from hip-hop fans after suggesting that there's a lot of lying about guns and women in hip-hop. Eilish was quoted saying, "There's a difference between lying in a song and writing a story. There's a lot of that in rap right now from people that I know who rap." Do you even think that this is fair for her to talk about, like, I don't know, she's not a hip-hop artist, so I feel like it's not really her place to comment on how she thinks that rap should be written.
Well, here's the deal, is like if they're talking about like guns and women and their songs, do you want that to be true stories? Like
good point.
I mean, like it's not bad that she's lying about that. I mean, like that they're lying. You don't want people like talking about all these guns that they have and all that kind of stuff. I mean, that's not healthy.
But why? But is it much better for them to be like lying about that kind of thing and like creating that culture that like this is what they want and this is where they want to be and this is the ideal life, to have guns and women and like all of this stuff, and like they're lying and like they don't have that. Like, you know, they're just creating that like oh, like this is like what people should strive to have, like, and everything. And like I understand that like it's not her place to like comment on that and say that that's like inherently wrong, and like it's not ours either. But like I understand where she's coming from.
Well, here's the deal, is that like people like not just hip hop, have been talking about like drugs, women, guns, and music forever.
Yeah.
Billie
So, I mean, this
has
is
a
not-
song called Zanny.
Exactly.
So,
this is not a new
exactly.
thing.
And I don't think that all of like, I mean, I know that she's like a person that like likes to write her songs about personal experiences, but I just don't personally see an issue with
Neither
it.
do
I mean, I get that she was trying to just like bring awareness that like, yeah, there might be some lies, but like, not everything in a song is true. Like, I just don't think that she had a place to say something about it, but.
Well, I would say rap is probably one of more favorite genres, and I do prefer more lyrical rap where you can actually understand what people are saying. And I do see the point of why you don't want to constantly hear about drugs and guns because that's a lot of kids probably want to listen to rap, and parents probably don't want kids hearing that kind of stuff. But again, like Billie Eilish, it seems a little hypocritical because she does do some things that are a little edgy as well.
Exactly.
I agree.
Good point. That's all we have for today's Pack Chat. We'd love to know what your thoughts are on today's topic, so head over to our Insta story at CPHS News to vote in our poll. We'll see you back here next week, and don't forget, T-Wolf Pack, there's always time to chat.
Hey there, Evan Vines here. If you liked what you saw, make sure to hit that like button. And if you enjoy all things CPHS, hit subscribe. Have a great day or not, the choice is yours.